Hey everybody, we are live from the store. This is going to be a little wobbly because we've got the camera on a selfie stick. Hey Barbara, so I want to give you a tour of the store. In order to do that, I have to take the phone off the tripod and
Take the phone off the tripod.
And turn me off.
and turn mute. Mute. It's
I gotta-
been really hot here today, so I'm sweaty. I'm feeling kind of gross, so you guys will have to bear with me. Are you
Okay.
feeling gross, Danielle?
Yeah, but we're here for you. Doesn't not for us. So.
All right. So
So Barbara is in.
awesome. Hey, Barbara.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna follow Debbie around with my phone so I can read your comments
And there's Vicky, and there's Cobweb Afternoon. Hey. So this live. Hey, there's Jamie and Jackie Flower. Familiar faces. Barbara travels in a classic CRV. Santa Fe, Jennifer. Okay, you're all piling on now. So this live, you all voted. We gave you 3 choices. Did you want to talk about how to deal with negative comments? Hey, Laura. Did you want a live tour from my shop talking about display and how to display your goods to sell them? Or what was the third option?
negative comments.
No, but there was one more. What was it?
Oh, behind the scenes video
Behind
making.
the scenes video making. So overwhelming vote was, oh my God, Jamie, I don't want to know what I look like on a big TV. Watch me from your phone only. This face does not need to be that big. Hey, Becky. So overwhelming, 85%. You all wanted to see a tour of the store. The store just closed 20 minutes ago. It's been, hey, Kathy. Hey, Sherry. It's been a super hot day, and so we have brought a lot of things inside that normally go out on the deck. But I'm going to start from the deck and kind of give you a view of the front of the store, and then I'm going to talk about the things that sell for me in my shop and my philosophy about merchandising and display and pricing. My sister is going to be following along to read the questions that you have, so ask away. The subject is display, merchandising, running a store, and I hope this applies to you if you have a booth or if you do craft fairs or if you're selling on Facebook Marketplace. I hope you get something out of this no matter where you are at. I have had my store for over 20 years, so we're all in different places, but I hope that I used to do tons of craft fairs before I opened my shop and street fairs, so I hope I have some valuable information to share with you no matter where you are at in your business goals, dreams, whatever. So I'm gonna get the keys and go outside. Let me see if I can flip the camera. Yes.
And just remind everybody that
Okay.
this isn't usually on the front porch.
Yeah, so the store looks different because it's all locked up, but I still want to show you the front of it. We're in Solana Beach, California, too far from the beach, in the northern part of San Diego, which is a very cool space where all the shops are mostly individually owned. We only have one chain store, which is a West Elm. But this is looking down the street. And out from the street, this is the view of the front of my shop. There's my sister. The house is a historic landmark. It's 720 square feet. It was built in 1920. Hey, Sue. And I've been here almost 21 years. I planted those trees right there. They were saplings when I moved in. Melissa painted the windows. And this is the deck where we roll out a whole bunch of furniture onto the deck every day and then roll it back in at night. Most of our furniture is sold from this deck because the store is so small that if we put anything, the paint color that's Farm Fresh. The windows are Bohemian Blue, White Swan for the trim, and up there is Mermaid Tail, and we have a new sign coming that is going to hang right up in there. So we even use our colors to paint the house. Thank you, Kathy. So this is the little porch that you walk in. We've got furniture on it right now. Right here, the first thing you see is our chalkboard. It says, "Welcome to DIY Headquarters, Do-It-Yourself Studio." And then I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but it's our why. So in business, a lot of people suggest that you think about why you're in business, what you're, why do you do what you do? Why are you so passionate about it? And kind of broadcast that to your customers. So, we say that we want to create a place for people to come and create a sense of community. So we have all of that on our chalkboard right here. This used to be the yard. Yeah, here's the keys. Sorry if I'm making you guys seasick. This was the yard to the house. At one time, this was the caretaker's house for Standard Oil. We have a paint bar that my dad built, and this is where we have our free events. So every once in a while, we'll have the paint bar open, and you can come and play with the paint for free and paint little pieces of wood or make Christmas ornaments. And it's a great way to draw customers to your shop. I find that when you have a retail store, you need to give people a reason to come in. So little special events that are affordable, we'll get things from the 99-cent store to paint, or the dollar squeeze bottles of paint out. And I believe that if you put the paintbrush in someone's hand and they can see it and smell it and touch it and see how different it is, you have a customer. So every time we have our paint bar open, you're making Christmas ornaments right now, watching this. Awesome. Every time we have the paint bar open, we always have a busy day at the shop. This is our plant section. We sell a bunch of house plants and potted plants and containers. We try and collect vintage containers to plant in. Back here is our succulent area. So we have succulents to plant, fun containers to plant in. We have mosses and stones and more fun things, and we try to create displays showing people unique ways to use plants. One of these is supposed to be up here like that. So I'm always plants that are fun and creative. Getting any questions, Danielle?
No, just everybody saying hi. Love it. Such a cute place.
Then we have the benefits of plants in your life up there. Over here, this is under construction, but that's our succulent bar where people can sit down and plant succulents with all of the containers that we have.
If you guys see something
We'd love that, Sue.
If you guys see something that you want her to stop and zoom in on and focus, let us know, and we'll go slow. And
I know, Kathy, you've never been to my store. You need to come visit me. Kathy from the Vintage Dames is one of our retailers on the East Coast. This is a little boat that that we have planted. It needs a little love right now, but it says USS Bailey. That was my golden retriever that I had. He was the shop dog for oh gosh, 14 years that I owned the store. So that's kind of dedicated to him. Over here is Melissa and Stephanie's barn. It's all locked up right now, but the barn is filled with all kinds of things that they make and sell. I love succulents too. Hard to kill them. Here's another thing that we've planted that's really cool, is this old sofa. Planted a thing that everybody loves to take pictures in front of. Hey, Connie. We have an old bathtub planted with succulents. We just, nothing is safe from being planted. So that's one side of the house. We're gonna go in. Oh, an old tire, a chicken coop. Melissa brings her chickens here sometimes. I know, isn't the sofa cool? There's messes. Some signs that Melissa paints. It is a happy place.
the cute little baskets.
I got these when I went to Oklahoma to visit Dion, this little shopping basket thing. Isn't that cool? Okay, so when you first enter the front door, I'm going to show you the door here. We have an IOD transfer on it, and it has our shop hours. So normally the doors open, and it opens this way, and you can see the front door right when you walk in. It's a big wow factor, and when we first started selling IOD, I didn't have a lot of time to make samples. Once we put this on the front door, man, we sell out of this transfer. It's hard to keep it in stock. If you do put a transfer on the door, make sure that it's in a covered area because the transfers can fade. Ours is still as bright and beautiful as the day we put it on 4 months ago because it's, you know, the door is always open in. So, and then it's in a covered porch so it doesn't fade in the sun. Stephanie did this. How do you seal it on glass? We just took a tiny paintbrush and we went over just the transfer area with Big Top. And then we have this display right here. We just redid the displays. So this shelving unit is brand new along with this one here. And this is actually the closet organizing unit that you can buy at Home Depot because I wanted a clothing rack for our t-shirts. So my dad installed this, and then they're just the wire racks, and we cut pine boards and painted them with weathered wood and white wax to put on top of the wire to make it look nicer. But since we put this display in, I think here's what I think. Our sales like jumped since we put in these two displays because it's so organized and easy to shop. I know for me, when I'm in a store, I like to see all this stuff together. And if I really have to hunt, like if I'm going junking, it's a different thing. Like I'm in the mood to pick and hunt and dig. But when I go into a store, times have you gone into a store and you're like, oh, I'm too tired, I'll come back later. You've got your kids with you or your husband's with you. So the easier and the more lined up and organized things are, the less the customer has to think about it and the more likely you are to make a sale. And I was taught in retail from someone who's big in retail, they said, if the customer is confused, you lose a sale. And I know when you're selling, like I'm guessing that a lot of you are probably doing street fairs or craft fairs or vintage malls, antique malls. And when you have a bunch of things that are onesie twosie, it's really hard to keep it organized and easy to shop. But think about buying things in multiples. So, you know, if you're gonna have like a rusty bucket, buy 3 of them and line them up and make it look organized because it has an impact. Like, see how I have all those baskets there?
Carol Schumacher, are those crocheted baskets? Yes.
Yeah, they're crocheted and starched or something, but there's nothing but the crochet. I'm not quite sure how they were made.
Be, yeah, because it's really hard. It's kind of hard, but it's hardened crochet.
Yeah. But that really helps sell when you just keep them all together. So all the coasters are together, the baskets are together.
Same thing.
Yeah. It's just a peaceful, like, I know for me, I love Anthropologie, and when I go in there, I'll lie to myself and say, oh, I'm just going in for inspiration, and then I end up walking out with something almost every time. But it's because of the displays, it makes you feel good. Make those out of doilies with fabric stiffener. Wouldn't that be fun? I did not make them, but I think you could. Look at the little ones. Aren't they cute? So those are our hair rubber bands. And then over here we have all of our jewelry on a shutter.
You know how you do the balloons? And
oh yeah.
Like maybe there's some.
So there's all the jewelry. So I just find that it's easier. So if you come in and you're looking for a pair of earrings, here they all are together. So you don't have to wander all over the store. They're all right here. And at a glance, you can see what you need and what you want. Starch to make doilies. Yeah. Yeah, here's another. Bobby gave me these shutters. So on this shutter, And this is our mannequin with one of the belts and an old, what you call those things? What are they called? Tutus.
Oh, the
Crinolines, yeah. And we sell these shirts, and that's our head, the flower. I love the bee shirt too. In California, our summer extends pretty much into October, so if we put fall stuff out right now, like, it is not sweater weather. So my transitional fall season is bumblebees, because they're fall colors, but still summer. So, and these belts are handmade from Peru. We have a guy who brings in Peruvian imports, and we support the handmade arts there. I know the flower head is super fun. Mermaids are really big for us. So we've got mermaid jewelry, and there's also a little be kind, be happy necklace right here. So my whole, like, if you were to describe my store, 105, I know, it is so hot. The way I think of my store is, if a mermaid decided she was boho, like a mermaid from Baja California. So the Mexican blankets are big, and I buy things that I would have in my own shop. The Good Kind of Weird lives here. I love that. We've got these really cool like wrap, crocheted, like poncho wraps that are about as much as you need here in San Diego this time of year. Like, there ain't no sweaters going on, but if it does get chilly at night, maybe that. We have t-shirts, nothing to wear but dog hair, crazy dog mom.
Does your shop
Dog
have
hair, don't
AC?
care. No AC. This is a 1920s cottage, so it's just fans. You can probably hear it in the background. Our bee shirts. So the t-shirts are something that are big sellers. I know, I took one of those white ones for myself. We also have them in taupe. They're so pretty. And then we have these little Frida rings that are also from the guy who sells us the items from Peru. Those are popular. We've got bracelets. These are also
So
from
Oli wants to
Peru.
know how much this is.
That is $28, Sue.
This.
Yes.
This is 28.
We've got handmade candles. I get a lot of my vendors from Etsy. So if I try to support small businesses, handmade as much as possible. So the candles are from Etsy. And if you see something on Etsy you like, if you message the artist, a lot of times they will offer wholesale. These are also local handmade candles. Can we buy anything online? We don't have any of the goods from the shop online at this point, because we don't have like places to, the store is so small. We need like a shipping room and a warehouse to stock things, because it's hard to just keep them stocked up. But because you guys are my members, if there's something that you want, you can email me at DIYpaint.co. Danielle, maybe type it in, orders@DIYpaint.co, and I will make the exception. But I do not sell it online at this time because we don't have the space. We don't have vendors here. We just buy from local artists. We don't really have room for consignment. Just Stephanie and Melissa, their barn, they're the only ones because they work here.
Orders@DIYpaint.co.
Yeah, so you can email me, and we will ship to you because you're in my group. But I don't usually do that. Every time I post a picture of my shop on Instagram, there's tons of people who want to buy, but it's something that I'll have to do in the future. How much are the purses? These guys right here, or the ones by the front door? Yeah. And plus we just need space to warehouse it, because when you sell online, you can't really run out. These are 30, these little like, they're more than a coin purse. Like, you could almost fit an iPad, but not quite. Like a very big makeup bag. These are super cool, and they are $45 all handmade from Peru. Okay.
How much are those? 45?
Yeah. Let's see what else. The Mexican blankets are 28. These are anklets that are from Peru. These little coin purses are imports. So we try and have all different price ranges. Oops, somebody didn't write the price on these. I wonder they haven't sold. I see you stack the shelves as well. I'm in a 10 by 10 booth. Yeah. Stacking is the best way to go. So we go all the way up to the ceiling, all the way down to the floor. The philosophy with stacking is that think of your booth space as real estate. So the things that are at eye level, this is eye level right here. This is where all of your best sellers should be. Or easy, if it's below eye level, it should be really easy to access. The customer shouldn't have to crouch down to see it. And then from eye level, you go up, and that's your next valuable real estate. And then your slow sellers or your big items that are gonna be seen no matter what. Like we have the doormats down here because you can look down and see them pretty easy. But if this shelf were lower and there were things under the shelf, those items would be things that don't sell fast. Like they would be things that have sat around forever. We don't know what to do with them, but we want to make the store look full. Another philosophy in retail is, these are great tips. I love your shop. I'm getting ideas how to. Awesome. Another thing in retail that I have learned when I was a cocktail waitress in college, I was serving a piece of Mississippi mud pie, and no, it's okay. I had an order for the pie, and you're supposed to put whipped cream on the top. So I squirted a little bit of whipped cream on the top, and I was getting ready to take it out to the customer, and the owner of the restaurant stopped me, and he put like 4 times the amount of whipped cream, and he said, there's a saying in retail, pile it high and watch them cry. He said, when you walk across the floor of the bar with this pie, everyone's going to notice it, and there will be people stopping you to order that pie. And then I also was friends with a guy who sold avocados, and he said that when he brings avocados to the grocer, he gives them 200 avocados and then buys back what they don't sell, because the more you have or the fuller your space looks, the more you're going to sell. So, think about filler items. So even your low spaces, you want them filled with something to just make your space look full, but keep all the things that are good sellers right at eye level. This is we try and group things in vignettes. This is our mermaid vignette. I don't know, but you can watch the replay, Dana. We haven't been on too long, have we, Danielle? Oh,
Dinah.
yeah.
30
minutes.
About 25 minutes.
Yeah.
We have another
So
half an hour.
mermaids are big, so we have a bunch of mermaid type things in this section. And see, we have like your big pieces that fill up space. Like for the longest time, it was hard to keep my store looking full because I was all by myself, and I was 20 years ago, I was just starting out. So things like this are great space fillers just to keep your store full. The wood on the wall is that awesome removable wallpaper from Target that makes our walls with that shiny, spackled, bumpy stuff. And I love that wallpaper. It's great for atmosphere. This is our little dog vignette. So we have all things dog, pet stuff in general are really, really good sellers. So if you paint signs, if you paint furniture, if you make dog bowls, dog collars, those are all things that sell so well for us. So this is our little dog area. There's someone local who makes these, man's best friend, and it's got a beer opener on it. Here they are. Those are really popular. Dog jewelry. And then all these cute little dog collar charms. And even dog matches. Over here, This is, because it's DIY headquarters, we have a lot of like do-it-yourself things. So I created these hanging fake succulent jars, and then we have everything that you need to, so we don't sell the samples, but we sell all the components. So we sell the seashells and the fake seahorses and starfish and the little jars and all the succulents, so people can put together their own. And we sell this cool rope that looks like a chain that everything is hanging from. So I love to put together vignettes, like visual display items that I don't want to make, like I don't want to make those over and over again. So we make them as samples, and then we encourage people to make their own. So there's all the things. I don't know if you guys saw the video where Bobby and I made the stump mushroom. He hollowed out the stump. It opens up and there's storage in there. Okay, so you can see the garden out there. This is our big money maker. This is the paint and IOD room. So here is all of our paint display. We have it going all the way down to the floor. We are empty right now. We're sold out of Big Top. We have a big paint order coming in on Wednesday. Here's all the other colors, all the way up to the ceiling, because this is it's a 720 square foot store, but we probably only have 600 square feet to actually sell in with our storage and our cash wrap. This area right here, we just took everything down. Bobby is building new shelving right there for the new paint colors that are coming out on September 8th. So we're gonna have shelving in this corner right here. But again, it's really, like, before we got, like, the smallest thing can make a big difference with your sales. So I had all my paint stacked on these shelves for a year. And then when we got these little paint circles, they're actually painted in the color with a clear Big Top over it, and they have the name, and we have them alphabetical. Once we put those up, our sales doubled, and I never expected that, but it's that whole philosophy about if the customer is confused, you lose a sale. So if a customer is in here and we're busy and we don't have time to help them, they can see very quickly that it's alphabetical order, and they can very quickly find what they need. Even though it goes all the way down below eye level, it's easy to see. What, are you taking a can of paint?
Well, no, this is beadboard. So
It's in the wrong spot.
somebody,
Yeah, and it's easy to see when something is in the wrong place and where to put it back. And when we get new paint, it's really easy to put it away. So it starts with A, and then it goes over here, alphabetical, all the way down to, and then we have all of our finishes on the bottom. And they're also sometimes intimidated to ask or impatient. Yeah, I mean, like, I know for me, like, I can get tired and overwhelmed in a store really fast, especially if there's a lot of people in the store. I have claustrophobia. So the other day I went into Target and I ended up in the back to school section, and it was like all moms and kids and crying babies, and I could not get out of there quick enough. So the more you can make the environment easy for someone to grab what they need, the more likelihood you are to sell something. So I couldn't find it, and I made a beeline for the front door. I went somewhere else because it gave me anxiety.
So I don't know if you lost your comments, but so let's see. Diana Harris said yes, they get intimidated or impatient.
Yeah.
And then is that a color chart in the timber box?
Yes. Okay, so these are our IOD stamps, and again, we have them all very easy to see what they are, floor to ceiling. IOD is coming out with new stamps, so we're going to actually bring them all the way to the floor. All this stuff is normally outside, but we wheeled it in from the deck, so all of this is not usually here.
And here's more.
Oh yeah, let's show, maybe we can pull this away so you can see. So this, again, when we started carrying IOD, it wasn't selling very well because we didn't have the transfer on the front door. But right here, Stephanie painted all of this. So she took this was the kitchen of the house, and she took all the colors and ombre'd them and blended them, and still picture of the IOD to see them all at once. I will do that. I'll post them in the community tab. I think I have some already in my phone. But once we put the all the color on the cabinets and we put the transfers there, like our sales just went up. It's really important to show people what the product can do. A good example of that was after I made my seahorse dresser, I got an email from a customer and she said, I'm interested in that seahorse dresser. I'm going to drive down from LA. And I said, okay, I'll bring it to my shop tomorrow. So I made an appointment to meet her. And I got the seahorse dresser out of the car, and it never made it inside the door. And I'm selling the seahorse dresser to this customer in the parking lot. And a customer walks out the front door with a bag full of IOD products and paint. And she takes one look at the seahorse dresser and she interrupts us and she said, I'm sorry to interrupt, but did you make that seahorse dresser with all of those molds and that clay that you sell inside? And I said, yes, we did. And she turned around, she went back in the store, she bought molds. I think she bought every mold and a whole bunch of clay because she saw in person what you can do with the product. So that immediately got me thinking, okay, we don't have anything to show off what the molds can do. And so I had Stephanie make this. This is a dress form, and she put the molds all over it.
Here.
We're gonna paint the wall. Danielle's gonna turn it. Look at the side of it. That's the clay stamped with the Sincerely Yours and the back of it. So now we have that dress form on that little shelf. We're getting ready to paint the whole wall and paint it white and stamp the entire, so this whole back wall is gonna be painted and stamped with IOD. But now we sell a lot of molds. So having those examples, if you're selling paint, if you're selling IOD, any product that you're selling, if you show the customer and just make it easy for them to visualize what it can do, it really helps. So there's a transfer on a window of the mermaid. There's our paintbrush chandelier. And then here are all of our brushes. So again, we have them all lined up. Easy to shop. In one glance, you can see all the brushes that we carry and which type we have. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's Julie. Julie is part of my team. So she's part of the reason why the store looks so beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna go into this room here. This is our maker's room. So we have a table where you can sit down and craft. We found it's hard to get people to sign up for classes. So we still teach classes, but you can also come in any day that we're open, and you can buy your supplies and pick a product and sit down and make it on the spot. So like we have the dish towels that you make with our stencils. We have the seahorse project right here, so we sell the seahorse blanks. This mermaid jar, we have all the jars. If you do that kind of thing, the temptation is that the customers always want to buy the samples. So they'll come in and they'll want to buy the dish towel and they'll want to buy the seahorse. They'll want to buy the dress form, especially that Stephanie did. Resist the temptation to sell those things, because I know for me, like, the reality is you're not going to get back to it, for a couple of months because life is busy. So here's more samples of some of the projects. We get a lot of our ideas on Pinterest. So, we could sell that dress form for a couple $100, but we will miss out on all the mold sales after that. Or use things that are in place, like the kitchen cabinets and the front door that customers can't buy. Can I buy 2 mermaid jars and have them shipped to Virginia Beach? So the jars, we sell the blank jars, but we don't sell the finished jars. So it's a DIY studio. A lot of times people want to buy the finished product, but we don't sell the finished product. We sell the supplies to make them.
And these are more molds, right?
Yeah, so then we have these little terracotta pots. with the molds on them, showing what you can do. We have blank pillow covers where you can stamp or stencil. We have all these little blank wood pieces that are really fun, especially at Christmas time for making Christmas ornaments or just embellishing with. We sell pom-pom trim. Here's all of our signage, blank signage. Yeah, Dinah, just email me what you're interested in, and we'll ship it to you. These are the old books that are embellished with the stamps and the molds. Those are clock blanks to make a clock. We have feathers. This is our little caddy with all of our supplies. So we just tell everyone we have the brushes, we have the paint. You can sit down and paint and make things. We have all the tools. So all they have to do is buy the supplies, and we provide the, where do I get the blank pillow covers? A company called Canvas Corp. They sell blank pillow covers, they sell blank aprons, they sell little zippered pouches that are blanks. We have all these wood letters that you can embellish.
Where did you see? Oh, these?
Yeah. I'll post the link to it, but it's Canvas, CANVAS CORP.com. They sell blanks for people who like to stencil and embellish.
Spell that again. CANVAS.
CORP.com. Jamie Ray actually made that clock when she came to visit. And we have Jamie Ray's stencils coming in. We just ordered her entire line. We're really excited. This is our break room. Nothing really exciting, but there's the refrigerator that I did in a video. Come visit us. So this is literally all the storage we have right here, which is like a, I don't know, it's like a 4x6 room, and this is where we take our breaks. And this is, the upper shelving is for shipping boxes. And then we have this one little closet here. And I will take you into our private closet that we have all of our, these are all the things that we don't want the customers to get to, but we need them to teach our workshops. So we have like jars of shells, craft paper, we have our printer, we have extra baskets for storage, we keep our glue guns, glue sticks. Here's all our glitter, paper towels, rags. These are all the paint in the squeeze bottles, so we have them handy when people want to paint. The stencils should be here soon. Here's our extra IOD that we've cut open. Here's all of our stencils hanging up so we don't mess them up. So we do have a lot of stencils already, but I'm excited to get Jamie's. Little jars, all of our IOD stamps that are open that we use, our rope, ribbon, our molds that are open, chain,
Vintage
glue,
vibes.
scrap paper.
Where do you get the squeeze bottles?
The squeeze bottles are called FIFO bottles. I don't know if you pronounce it FIFO or FIFO, but first in, first out. So you pour the paint in from the top, or no, you pour the paint in from the bottom, and then it squeezes out the top. Restaurants use them for ketchup and things like that, but they're great for paint because you always are using the old paint first. FIFO bottles, and you can get them on Amazon, but I think there's a restaurant supply where you can get a better price. I think I purchased them from, I'll have to look up the source, but I need to order more for the new colors. But they're great, especially if you have a paint bar event. It's a great way to control the amount of paint, because if you open a can and just let the customers go to town, they're going to use way more paint than using these FIFO bottles. Because our paint is so pigmented, like we just squirt a tiny amount out on a paper plate and it's enough. Like if you wanted to paint a sign that was 11 by 12, you need like a tablespoon of paint. 12 bottles for $12. Wow, that's a good price. Maybe I am going to the wrong place. Okay, this room is our, and it looks messy right now because there's a ton of extra furniture in here that we brought in from outside. But this is another maker's room, but it's more for jewelry and the crafts that aren't as messy. Like we keep all our paint projects in that other one. This is all colored sand for layering jars for succulents. We charge by the project. So we have all the samples, and then there's a price. Like to make that mermaid jar, I think is $30. To paint a sign a certain size is a certain price. We have leather cuffs, so they can buy all the individual components and just sit down, and it's just the cost of the supplies that they want to make, or they can say I want to make this project, and there's a set price on it. These are my mannequin legs. I love her. She looks like she's coming out of the wall. And then in here at this table is where people sit down and make jewelry. So we keep all of, there's our bucket class that we did with the IOD transfers. And we have a lot of finished kits too. So again, making it easy for the customer to buy. So if you have projects, like say you've made something and it sold right away, and then you can't make it fast enough, and it's not really worth your time to make little projects over and over again, think about putting them together in a kit. So like, for example, I made this little book pendant, and you can get the books. They're like books, dollhouse books that you can buy. I covered them with craft paper and made a necklace out of them. But I didn't want to make a million of those, so that's a video that I have if you want to go watch it. I put all the stuff together with the instructions and the QR code to the video, and you can make your own. It's a kit, and a lot of moms will buy this for birthday parties. People will buy one and sit down at the table and make it, and everything they need is in there. Same with that necklace. There's the kit. This Sugar Skull t-shirt is a white t-shirt with vintage lace all over it to make a sugar skull. And we sell everything but the shirt, because everyone wears a different size shirt. So you just buy everything you need with the instructions and put it on a shirt, put it on a denim jacket, put it on a pillow. So kits are really, really a great way to make money without killing yourself crafting things over and over again. This is a seashell candle kit.
Patty Richardson is asking, can you post the instructions for some of your projects, like the mermaid jar? Maybe that we can add that to the download, maybe?
Yeah, we can put in one of the worksheets. Definitely. There's a bunch of little dolls. But a lot of these things I have videos on, like the candle is a video, the t-shirt is a video, both of those necklaces are a video. So
so you can Google.
Yeah, you can go back through my videos. If you hit videos, then you can scroll through all of them and find it pretty easily. We have like a belt buckle bar where we have a bunch of blank belt buckles that you can embellish, and we have some samples here of how to make cool vintage belt buckles, and we sell all the different components. We have just random things that are fun. There's some more belt buckles. Can you watch a replay? Yeah, after this is over, you have access to all the videos that we make. You just click the link again, and it's there just for the members, so you can always rewatch this. Any of the videos that I do for members only are rewatchable anytime you want. These are the little blank canvas. So see, we made one sample, and then we sell all the blanks so you can stamp and make your own. There's a kit to make a felted succulent. We sell stamps. We sell glass glitter. This is probably my most popular kit. It's this mermaid tiara made out of seashells. It's a video where I took a dollar store crown and wrapped it in pipe cleaner and seashells. And I got tons of messages from people wanting me to make a crown for them. I didn't want to do that. So I sell the kits with everything you need inside for $36, and we only have 2 right now. They're $32. They are really, really hard to stay on top of. We've sold, I don't know, 100 of those. And then some velvet bags, and then we utilize the shelving on the top because every square inch is valuable. So here's a view of the room, the jewelry room. And then We have a bunch of ribbon that's really fun that people like to craft with. See the truck ribbon. This is my favorite one right here. Look at that. Isn't that cute? So we sell ribbons by the yard. We've got cactuses and a farmhouse on them, mermaids, belt buckle blanks. You can make your own belt buckle, more handmade candles. I know the ribbon is so cute, isn't it, Dion? And then more components, baskets. This is our fake succulent area because not everybody likes live plants. So we have a bunch of fake succulents. And then we have examples.
Dina. We've been calling her Dinah, and it's Dina.
Dina, I'm so sorry. I think she corrected us in the last video.
That was my fault because
we have a friend named Dinah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spells it that way.
Dina. I'm going to say it right from now on. Here's some moss, and we have like stones. And then this area is super, maybe we should kill the fan so we can hear. This is our jewelry bar. So there's the sign that says jewelry bar. We sell all kinds of charms and components and little jars and just charms galore. Every kind of charm you can imagine, even license plate letters that people make keychains from. And people can come in, like, you always want to think, how can you set yourself apart from like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or the big box stores? People, you know, and for me, I go into Hobby Lobby or Michael's and it's like, oh, I don't know what to buy. I don't know what I need. I don't want to buy a whole pack of charms when I only need one. So all the components are here. You can pick out your charms, put them on a tray. We have all the necklace chains and the bracelet chains and beaded chains, and we have the jump rings and the clasps and all the jewelry tools. So then people just go over here and sit down at that table that you can't see because so much stuff is in the store right now. And they can access the tools and make their jewelry on the spot. And we're there to help them, but it's not an official class. So we just tell them we can guide you. There's no cost for sitting down to make it as long as you purchase the supplies. And it's just a really fun thing to do. Teenage girls and college girls love it. Moms and daughters love it. This is our front counter. My sister, show it out here so people know where to pay. Yeah, exactly, Sherry. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is this area. This is where Dion and I are going to be teaching a class. It's all a mess right now, but this is our big outdoor paint classroom. So because our store is so small, when we teach painted furniture classes, we need a lot. This is going to be organized. And if you're coming to our class on September 8th, you'll be sitting out here at one of these tables. We've been renovating. We just took down a fence, so it doesn't look very fun right now. But this is the stage where Dion and I will be painting furniture, and we will have tables. We're gonna have music. We even have like a little skit planned. We're gonna be revealing all the colors. This is our big color chart that is great to have outside when we have our furniture painting classes. And we will be doing a paint your own denim. So you can bring a pair of jeans or a jacket or anything denim, and we will have stamps and stencils.
James is asking when the class is, but isn't it sold out?
No, I think we have 12. We sold out the first class. So we have 2 classes on the 8th, one morning class and an afternoon. The first class sold out in 10 days, and we have, I think, 11 tickets left for the afternoon class.
The Vintage Dames is asking.
Yeah, Kathy, come see us, because that's when we're going to be revealing all the colors. We're going to be going live all day long. Melissa and Stephanie will be here. Dina, thank you. Dina, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Like
There's
Tina.
Dina like Tina. The ship from the Pirates of the Caribbean, the Lady Washington is firing her cannons right in front of me. I'm trying to stay focused. That's hilarious. So yeah, so when you see this area next, because we will be going live from here, it's gonna be amazing. But right now, it's all torn apart. But this is where we do our Friday, our flea market Friday flips. We usually are standing against this wall. Oh, this is the desk that did you guys see the live on Friday? The desk that we did? We have to seal it still, but it's almost done. Stephanie and Melissa and I made it all together with the Midnight Garden transfer. And it looks super pretty.
See it?
Yeah, there was a long, can you read that? Debbie, I'm so happy. Okay, so that's pretty much all of it. Let me see if I can set the camera down and answer a few more questions before we sign off. You didn't finish the live from Friday? Let's see. Okay. So,
You want me to hold it? Okay.
yeah. So are there any more questions, Danielle?
Okay, here.
Oh,
You guys have any questions? I'm gonna scroll back and see.
this feed was going pretty fast. Thanks.
How much is the class, Jerry Faulkner?
The class is $177. It's a four-hour class, I believe. And Dion Woods from the Turquoise Iris and I will both be here. We will have snacks. You will get to see all the new colors. We keep it really intimate, so it's only 25 people in the class because we want to make sure that we answer all of your questions and have time to talk to you all individually. So it's a very casual, I used to sell these. This was one of the things I sold in the store, but it's all sold out. And you can see my bra because it's hot. And
So Dion said she was trying to post a link, but she can't on the YouTube channel. So maybe.
Danielle,
go
can
to-
you go to Dion's website and post that link?
Or
Dion's
just,
here.
I can type it right now. What is it?
It's the turquoiseiris.com. That's where you can get the tickets. Can you share your Peruvian guy? Absolutely, Kathy. I will be happy to do that. He's a great guy and I love supporting him. And there's so much more that he sells besides just, he sells the belts and the purses and pillow covers and the Frida rings. His prices are really good too.
The turquoiseiris.com. Okay, I just
Yeah.
posted the link.
Yeah, so if you go to Dion's website and hit workshops or classes, he doesn't have an Etsy, he doesn't have an online business. He is just like this guy that walks into our store with like bags of stuff and we go through it and we buy it. But I was telling him that I wanted to send business his way to all my friends who have shops. So I will post his business card and then you'll have to email him and he'll send you pictures and prices. But basically, like all the jewelry is wholesale. It's all $6 and then you mark it up from there. And then the woven pieces cost a little bit more because there's a lot of work in those. Like I can't remember how much the belts cost. But you can
Cobweb
get
Afternoon wants to know where you get the printer trays for the charms.
Oh, those are old printer trays that I find at Kobe's. So when we go to Kobe's, those things are so popular. We sold one today. So I find them at the Kobe Swap Meet, the flea market that we go to every Saturday. And usually I pay $20 for the printer drawer and then I sell them for $60 and they just sell for $60 like nonstop. And I kept some for myself for the jewelry bar, but I saw some today that I didn't buy because I didn't think we needed any and I should have. Top three what?
Jay, what would you say is the important thing to consider when starting a shop? Top three.
Top three things to consider. Number one, customer service. So if you're going to compete in the world where there's just like, what really gets me is like when I went to go visit Dion in Oklahoma or when I went to Tennessee for boot camp, it's the same cookie cutter mall in every state. So basically the same mall that we have here, they like picked it up and put it in another town. And so there's an Anthropologie in every town. There is a a Kendra Scott in every town. There's all the same shops that you see over and over again. West Elm and the Gap and Hobby Lobby and Michael's and the same kind of restaurants. So if you want to compete with these huge big box businesses, the difference, the one thing that you can offer that they cannot is the personal attention. So with everything I do, with my YouTube channel and with my store, I want to create an experience. So when you come to my YouTube channel, you're getting a whole experience. It's a story, there's the music, there's the tutorial, and the same thing with the shop. You want to give them great hands-on customer service. You want to remember their names. You want to remember things about their lives. You want to pronounce their names correctly. You want to create personal connections with your customers. That's the most important thing. People will remember not what you said, but how you make them feel. And the other thing is that so our store is more about the experience. Yes, we sell things. Of course, we have to sell things to make money, but we want to sell the experience. So like with our craft kits, you're not just buying a piece of jewelry or a fun little knickknack, you're buying the whole experience of making it. So as much as we can, we offer an experience. So even if you're at an antique show or a craft show or those big shows that they have all over the country, the vintage shows, you're a maker. So be making what you make while you're selling it. So if you make jewelry, be making your jewelry and answering questions for your customers. They will be more likely to buy from you because, whenever you travel, it's like you want to buy a story with, I'm sorry, I don't know why my phone won't stay up straight. You want to buy a story that goes along with whatever you're buying. Like when I went to Tennessee, I went to the American Pickers show or store, and I bought something because of the television show that they have. And then I found this great shop where there was one artist and she made all the jewelry in the shop. And so I bought bracelets for my nieces and my sister and gifts to bring back as mementos from Tennessee. And so if you're selling at an event, make the things like I know for me, when I was first selling things at craft shows, I wanted to keep everything a secret. It was like they were my trade secrets and I didn't want, it was my livelihood and I felt like I needed to protect it. And people would ask me what kind of glue I use and I would just I wouldn't want to tell them because I didn't want people to copy me. But the fact is they're gonna copy you no matter what. So if you're there will always be, we have two kinds of customers. We have customers who will never make anything. They don't want to make anything. They just want to buy something handmade. And then we have customers who, no matter what we do, they're never going to buy something when they know they can make it themselves. That's me. Most of the time, if I can make it, especially when I was on a tighter budget, I would make it rather than buy it. I'm going to answer that question, Sherry. So if you're we did a show selling paint and we had a little paint bar at the show where people could sit down and make Christmas ornaments. Paint usually doesn't sell at Christmas time. We were the only paint vendor there, and it was a really slow show, but we sold $4,000 worth of paint because people could sit down for free and make a little Christmas ornament with our paint. And we just sold it over and over again because we created an experience. So Sherry's question was, do I ship furniture? Yes,
yeah, okay, go ahead and answer that, and then I have another question.
I do. So because of my videos now, usually people contact me, like the bee dresser sold, the seahorse dresser sold. I use James, which is Dion's guy. He comes and picks the furniture up. I don't have to wrap it. I don't have to crate it. I don't have to worry about it. He just comes and he gets it and he will take it to almost any place in the United States. And so what I'll do is I'll send a picture to James and he will give me a price. I will get back to the customer. If the customer is willing to pay it, then I charge them accordingly. And that is a great way, especially if you have furniture that isn't white or gray or tan, and you like to blend and use a lot of color, or you like to make things that are unusual. Most likely your customer is somewhere else in the world. So that's a great way to sell furniture.
And Dawn Newsom's asking how much you'll sell the desk for.
The desk is probably going to be $400. when we're done with it. We have to seal it. We'll stage it. We'll take a beautiful picture. It's a beautiful old solid desk. It's really well made. So I'm thinking that it's going to be $400 when we're done. Thank you. What else? Any other?
Okay. let's
So
see.
my top 3 is customer service, customer experience. The next thing is display, make it easy for them to shop. And the third thing would be buy the things that you love. Like a lot of times we're tempted to buy things because they're inexpensive, but I try to buy things that I would have in my own home. So I know for me, like, we don't sell a lot of white because that is not what I like, but you can sell the things better that you truly love. So, you know, Jamie Ray has her own style, and I love looking at her booth and her space, and it's gorgeous, but I wouldn't do as well with that kind of look because that's not my personal style.
You like
So-
color.
What? Yeah, I'm a color person.
Okay, so it's 7 o'clock. Is there any more questions before we sign
Yeah.
off?
Yeah, we had any other questions before we go? Yes, and differentiate yourself from everyone else. And you can do that by creating experiences. So, you know, you can't walk into Hobby Lobby and sit down and make the jewelry right then and there. You don't have someone answering questions for you. Just think about what you sell as more of an experience. Vintage Vibes, I have not had the time to go and look through all of the t-shirt comments, but I do promise you that I will announce that. I'll probably announce it on the 8th during the color reveal.
So a couple people have asked if they can buy color charts. We sell those to retailers.
Yeah, so
But-
we don't ship out color charts. It's the same thing with like all the stuff that's in our store. We just don't have the time and the manpower to ship out color charts, but you can get them from your local retailer, and we give them away here in our shop. But we don't ship color charts. We just don't have. We're a small business. Can't sell what you don't love. Absolutely, Jamie.
So if there's any questions that maybe you think of after we're done, or
Yeah.
resources that you want, or things that you need, they can't go back to this live feed, but they can go
They
in
can
the,
still comment on the video anytime. I'm here to help you. Like, I have a passion for selling and for retail. So any questions you have regarding business, please put them in the comments. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to share resources with you, and continue the discussion about selling. And that includes, it's going too fast for me to read. Yeah, Grey Gardens is awesome. Match DIY colors until we can get DIY paint.
when will the new colors be available at
They'll-
the stores?
They will be, so the new colors are launching on September 8th. So all of the retailers have ordered the new colors. They are on their way to the retailers, but all of us are working with Synchronicity, so they will not be putting those new colors on their shelves until September 8th. And then on September 8th, you can go to your local retailer, you can get the new colors. Jamie will have them on her website to ship if you don't have a retailer near you, but not until the 8th. And it will be just the retailer selling the new colors. Probably until the end of September. We're not going to put them on our main website until after that, because we are always trying to drive business out to our retailers first. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll go back and try to answer any questions we missed.
Yeah, if we missed any, post them in the comments and we'll get back to you. But it was good. It was a little
Bye.
different.
Any more?
Retailer close, I will be ordering through. Order through Jamie, Cobweb Afternoon. Appreciate all of you. Have a great night. Have a great week. We'll see you soon. Thank you.